Hi everybody, how are you? Hello Wax and Lather. I'm hopping in. I was supposed to be 7:45, but the show must go on. So here I am, and thanks for joining me. I am Janine Truitt, and I am the Chief Innovations Officer for Talent Think Innovations LLC. I am based in New York, and I should be specific to say that I'm in Long Island. Hey, Office Pro. I should be specific to say I'm in Long Island, which is a suburb of New York City. I find that every time I tell people I'm from New York, they get all excited about whether I live in the city or not. But I don't live in the city. I live in Long Island. So, hey, I do want to start off by just giving complete gratitude to Pam, Christine, and Adia for putting this together. I mean, this is just awesome. I YouTubed about it. I've just been kind of following the whole thing as much as I can, and I'm so grateful to be able to present my business and what I do and who I am on this. So thank you so much for joining me. So a little bit about me. I was an HR professional for over, I would say, 10 years. And I worked in-house. I worked in corporate America. I worked in pharmaceuticals and all these different industries, and I loved it until I didn't. And few things happened. So for one, I stopped loving the way that employees got treated on the job and what we did as HR practitioners to make them stop loving their job. As well, I'm a mom of 3 kids, and I just found it increasingly difficult to rise the ladder, basically, and not have people try to put me down for wanting to be a mom first and foremost. And so I got tired of that, and in 2013 I took back my life. Okay, mom's in charge. I took back my life, and I said, you know what, the dream of starting my own business, which was going to happen like 10 years in the future, I decided that I'm going to start that business earlier. And so I started my business in 2013. And I started off part-time, just taking on a few clients here and there on a consulting basis. And just so I'm clear, my business is an HR consulting firm. Hi, Slap Sis, that's awesome. And so what I do is I help businesses, small to mid-sized businesses and even startups, focus on their strategy. So I help them figure out, how do you attract the right people, how do you develop your people, and how do you retain them. I did want to share a statistic because I think it's startling. 70% of the workforce is basically what they call disengaged. And that basically means that they're unhappy in their jobs. So that's like nearly 3/4. And that doesn't change much from year to year. And that's a Gallup poll. You can check it out for yourself. And so I've just decided that if you're going to spend something like 90,000 hours of your life in working with other people, you better be happy. And so since I can't do that for everybody, the way that I feel like I can give back is by working with businesses to make sure that they treat their people right, that they have a proper strategy in place, that when people walk through their doors in the morning, they feel proud to be there. They feel like it's worth their time. They feel like it's serving them, serving their families, and all of that. So that's the reason why I started my business. I have a passion for people. I have a passion for business and HR, and I have a passion for HR done right, and that's what I'm all about. I basically started the business on the heels of a blog. So I would say about 4 years ago, I was forced into social media by my employer then, and I got onto Twitter and started tweeting some things, and a blog person kind of reached out to me and said, hey, you should blog. And so I did, and I've never stopped blogging since. And so I am the founder of the Aristocracy of HR blog, and that is the official blog for Talent Think Innovations. And so that's the other piece of what I do. I create content around business, around working, being a working mom, telling stories of things that I saw from the inside, and trying to be helpful to not only businesses so that they do the right thing, but also being helpful to people that have to still work for somebody so that they know what they're getting themselves into, they know what their rights are, and they also think of innovative ways to do what they do. The name of my site, my website rather, is talentthinkinnovations.com. So you can find out more about my services there. Hello, how are you? His Garden Naturals. So again, yes, www.talentthinkinnovations.com. The blog is thearistocracyofhr.com. And, again, I think it's just so important that, if you're not happy with something in your job, in life, or whatever, do it and do it better. I think that's the theme I'm getting from all of the businesses tonight, is they took something that was a bona fide need or something that was completely screwed up, and they made it theirs, and they made a business out of it. And that's what I'm trying to do for the business world in HR. I'm really trying to be the go-to person for any business that wants to know, how do I get my people here, and how do I keep them, and how do I keep them happy? So that is my business. I did say that I create a lot of content, so you will see that not only do I create content at the Aristocracy of HR, but I contribute for a lot of different places. And so one of the things that I am doing this next month, Mark Dyson, don't you dare tell me to explain at Czarina of HR. All right, you're going to make me do it. So Mark Dyson is actually a colleague of mine, and he's making me tell you guys what at Czarina of HR is. So a Czarina is a princess in Russian. And when I started my blog 4 years ago, I was not clear on whether my employer would have been happy with the route I was taking with my blog at the time in terms of being truthful. So I had to write under a pen name. And so the Aristocracy of HR, I thought, when you're aristocratic, it's just like this upper echelon of people that were revered, right? If you think back to those times and aristocrats and things like that. And so for me, the Aristocracy of HR just means that I'm elevating the game in HR. And my tagline for the blog is HR otherwise would be uncivilized, essentially. So if you were an aristocrat, you had czarinas and you had czars. And so I decided to call myself, the Czarina of HR, and it's stuck. Thank you so much. And so, it's funny when I go places, people don't even know that my name is Janine Truitt. They just say, the Czarina of HR. So that's where that comes from. So what I was going to say before is, with regard to my content creation, I've gotten into a whole host of things. So I don't just do HR. I create webinars. I create blogs and sponsored posts, and I work with brands. So I'm my own kind of media company too, if you will, and for HR media. And so that's my thing as well. And so I did want to tell you guys about something that I'm doing over the next 3 weeks. It's called Honest Diversity Conversations. And I'm actually co-hosting it and being sponsored by College Recruiter. And myself and my partner, Steve Levy, we're going to be talking about different topics that HR people just don't want to tackle. Really, in the wake of the things that have been going on racially in this country, I wanted to elevate the conversation to the business about how they should be supporting their companies, their employees with regard to these conversations. And so the first one's going to be on race relations in HR, and that will be taking place on, I believe, September 9th now, because we have to change a date. But it's going to be September 9th, September 16th, and September 24th. The second one is going to be about discrimination in the hiring process. And the last one's going to be about biased leadership. And Steve Levy and I are a pair because we don't pull any punches. We don't play games. And we're going to bring it, and we're going to speak in plain language about what needs to be done in the workplace as far as these topics are concerned. So if you go to www.talentthinkinnovations.com, the hard conversations, the ones nobody wants to have, we're going to do that. So again, if you go to talentthinkinnovations.com, you can go to my speaking engagements and events and actually sign up for that webinar, or all three if you are interested. And I hope you will decide to join us, because the more the merrier, and we need this message really to get out to the masses. And I did want to offer something. since I'm here, anybody that's watching this scope, if you contact me, I will give you a free consultation, and I will also take 25% off of any future services. And I will be double checking because I want to make sure it's people that actually watched, but I am offering 25% off of my services, a one-time only thing, and a free consultation, just as a thank you for watching and listening to me, and maybe telling a friend that has a business or is looking to scale their business. Contact me. I also work the other end, so not just working with the businesses, but I work with people that are maybe trying to make career transitions and things like that, and I do coach, and that's something that I've started doing this year. So if you know people in need of that, I'm there for that as well. The webinar info is Honest Diversity Conversations. It's being hosted by College Recruiter, so you can go to College Recruiter and the information will be there for sign up, and or you can go to talentthinkinnovations.com, and under speaking engagements and events, you can sign up there as well. I hope you guys will join me. So I think that's pretty much it for me. Please follow me at Zarina of HR on Twitter. Follow me at Zarina of HR on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on a lot of different things, but follow me mainly Twitter. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm on there and I love speaking to people on LinkedIn. If you have a business question, I'm happy to help. So certainly reach out to me there. And like the Aristocracy of HR on Facebook, please. And if you have any questions, please do throw them at me. Someone asked, should she straighten her hair for an interview? No, you should not. Because you know what? Look, I've been natural 3 years. And I'm rocking that. And I did that. And, you know, the first time I walked in the office, they were like, oh, your hair is different. And I was like, yes, it is. So no, you don't need to straighten your hair. No, you don't. Thanks for asking, though. You better believe it. Take me as I am. Come as who you are. If you come work for me when I start scaling this business, you're going to come as you are. We don't have any of that over here. Any other questions? So if you're not already, follow at blackbizscope. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Adia. Thank you, Pam. Like, I don't even know how to express the gratitude. You guys are the bomb.com for even thinking of it. It's like been in the back of my head. And, you know, you did it. And I love it. And I appreciate you for allowing me to be here. Thanks so much for the hearts, too. You guys threw them up. You definitely did. So connect with me. I'm here. I'm happy to help. And I hope to connect with you guys more. Take care.